and welcome back to MDTV. Today I'm joined by my lovely business friends who'll be telling us all the reality of owning a business, the good, the bad and the ugly. So make sure you stay tuned. So I want to start off by asking you what businesses you have and how long your businesses have been running for. So do you want to start, Abu?
Oh, me start first, yeah. I'm into property and I've got a few other investments.
Okay.
My name is what or no?
You can say your name if you want to.
My name's Bryony. I run a skin laboratory which specialises in skincare, and the Ken collection. I sell clothes.
My name's Umi. My business is Sculpted by Sally, which is body sculpting, non-surgical, and it's been running for a year and 10 months, nearly 2 years, basically. Yeah.
My name's Sheldon. I run an e-commerce business selling clothing online.
Okay. So what motivated all of you to start your businesses? Because you're in very different fields and you started at different times. So where did you get your inspiration from to start?
For me, it was more like trying to build something that's bigger than me, and that will be forever lasting. So within that mindset, it was like, all right, if I get into property, that's something I can't really lose in, even though it has its pros and cons, but it's something that, you know, if I go tomorrow, I know that I've built it in a way that it will still be there. So yeah.
And how long has your business been running?
Been running for 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
I got tired of working for someone else that I didn't know. I started researching things I had passion for that wasn't too liquidate. There weren't so many people doing it. Where I've had issues with my skin over the years, I felt like I could relate, so I just started doing research. And with clothes, I just wanted to find another source of income.
I started because two things. So in terms of body sculpting, it's just treatments that you can do to enhance and reduce nip and tuck, basically. So for me, I've got a medical background, so I've got sickle cell, and I was working out, but I've always just had a belly. That's one thing. I've just always had a stomach, which a lot of people don't know because of how I dress. But I found that when I work out, I would see a difference everywhere else in my body besides my stomach as fast as I would want it to show. So I was looking at other ways I could tackle that area without having to have lipo or have anything that could further complicate my medical situation. And then that's how I got into researching for about 2 years before I decided to get into it properly. Yeah.
For me, a lot of friends will compliment like my style, where I get my clothes from. So instead of just recommending Zara and brands like that, I thought enough people are DMing me, telling me in person. So why don't I be the one to like make a change and bring something of my own, something independent as well. So that's kind of what triggered it. When so many people constantly say it, you think, you know what, there's no harm in just giving something a go.
Yeah. I feel like you all started at different times. Quickly, guys, you know you don't have to go in that one order. That's just you like you can speak like calm down. Like Brandy's very like Brandy's like, yeah, I did this. Like just judge a bit. Like I want it to be a conversation. So I feel like you all started at different times, and I thought you started way before COVID. So how was it? Those who started in COVID, what were the challenges, or what did you face? And if you started before COVID, like what are the comparisons? Like who would like to start us off with that?
I started in COVID. So COVID times was like, I think that was the best time for me, because within that period, it's like mentally preparing myself for what I want to do and having a lot of time on my hands. So I was able to research, gain knowledge, network, and within that sense was obviously now building the brand itself and then moving on from there. The challenge that did come with was that obviously knowing as I was going along, networking, meeting other people in terms of what they were doing, and was obviously finding out their structure and knowing that, right, cool, people coming from abroad, that can't happen. Charging certain prices, that can't happen because obviously due to like the circumstances of what's going on our day-to-day basis. And then from then it was, all right, cool, finding a way and how to link from A to B. And then from then it was like having that formal conversation with like landlords and estate managers and stuff like that. And for me, it was like, all right, cool, like I can actually go and build this within the knowledge I've built and the networking that I've done, and connecting the dots within our how would you say it, within our urban community. There wasn't anyone else that was kind of doing something of that format, and it was like, right, I can actually materialize this the best way possible and take it from there. So with that, it was like, COVID has had its pros and cons, but more or less the pros outweigh the cons for me personally.
Summer 2019, August, obviously working just like supermarket job, like everyone come out of uni, summer work, and then it's like you notice, all right, the cut-off point for work, you can only earn X amount of money every month. And I was thinking, I might as well chase a passion, because what you can earn in these places is not exactly life-changing. So I thought, cool, let me at least, yeah, like, you know what, it's kind of a rat race. So it's more like, cool, forget the money, this is my passion. And I'd rather do what I'm passionate about and earn less than just kind of chase like the bag as everyone does. So it was more on a passion side. And then I thought, all right, cool, let me start on customizing, because I wasn't really sure the logistics and like investment. So I was like, let me just get people to ship it to me. Just made a little video. Actually, no, sorry. I one night I stayed up, went on YouTube, how to distress jeans, and then I just started ripping them. Woke up, my family see like 8 pairs all made, and they actually look quite clean, neat. And they said, all right, this is something you should definitely show your friends and see who's interested. Made a little like 1-minute video on Insta, posted it up, got a flood of messages, made a page, said if anyone wants anything, just DM this page and then I'll get it done. Within like 48 hours, a flood of people came, and I was like, okay, there's interest here. Instead of me sitting in my garden making this, I might as well scale it up and make a business. So that's kind of what triggered it. The support at the beginning just kind of made me think, all right, I'm now going to fall into a business, rather than like, oh, okay, I want to start a business. It just happened organically. And I think that allowed everything to just align. And then from there, just took the next steps in finding manufacturers. And then from there, the brand grew.
Did you like feel like you ever saw the bigger picture? You just thought, I'm just going to try this out? Or did you have that feeling where like...
It was more fun than anything, because I do like clothing. So I see it like, money wasn't tight, but it wasn't in abundance. So it's like, if I make cool stuff that I can wear and save some money, it's like my benefit. People say, where are they from? Oh, it's from me. And it will always cause like a conversation. So it was more of like, enjoy the fruits of your own labor. And then from that, you can see, okay, this can go somewhere further than me. But I thought, as long as it's what I like, that's what matters. It's not about trying to look at, oh, who's going to buy it. I don't really worry on that end. It's more, if I like it, people seem to trust my judgment with fashion. So hopefully a next person will. And it just went from there.
Yeah, that makes actually a lot of sense. Umi, with you, you're in like a different kind of field. Were you ever like, obviously you started in COVID as well, but were you ever skeptical to think, will this actually work? Or did you get inspiration from others, or due to your own experiences, you thought, this is my experience and I want to bear other people's situation from what I've been through, and you just like went for it?
I would say, first of all, everyone has insecurities, male, female, everyone's got insecurities. Everyone has things they would like to adjust, if that makes sense. So for me, where I had a personal story where it's like, I know I wouldn't want to have to go through another sort of operation, because I've had an operation in the past. I didn't want to have to do that, and I'm suffering for it for vanity purposes. So it's like, okay, cool, how can I go about this in the safest way and I can still feel confident, I can still wear what I want and be happy? So it's like, when I put it out there, people just gravitated towards it more or less straight away. And I didn't feel like, oh yeah, I want to do this for money. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to blow. It was, like I said, I knew about it. I researched it. I did so much over the 2 years where I was sitting on it. For me, COVID was a good and bad thing, where I did a placement while I was in uni, and that's when I decided I wanted to do it, and we spoke about it originally. And when I came back from Nigeria, because that's where I did my placement, I was like,
oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's why it makes sense. It makes sense. Oh my God. Did you placement in Nigeria? How was that?
Best thing ever.
Really?
Best thing ever. But for me, it was like, when I come back, this is what I'm going to do, because I was always scared of doing certain things. And I was just like, do you know what? I'm going to go a whole year without being scared. I'm just going to do all these things I'm scared to do without questioning myself. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out, I can revert back to my old ways and like just hide and not do what I really want to do. If it works, great. If it don't work, people forget in enough time.
But I feel like, you need to be really like, have a lot of discipline to think like that, because some people are always scared to try. Like with me, you guys know how MDTV has been for me. I've been like really inconsistent, but sometimes I just feel like, you know what, at the end of the day, just put it out there, really and truly. At least if you're putting it out there, then you know that you're trying your hardest. If you don't put it out there and be like, oh, I want things to blow, things are not going to happen like overnight. It's about you putting yourself out there. So I feel like when it comes to being a business person, you need to really take risks. And I feel like people always say take risk and prosper, but you literally just need to take that risk. Like, even if you're not getting the bookings you want to, just keep putting videos out and stuff like that. And coming on to Bryony, I feel like that's what Bryony was so consistent when she started like Skin Lab. You always used to post and stuff. Like, where'd you get that motivation from to like keep being consistent? Because I always admire that about you, and I always tell Bryony, how do you always post? Bryony will be posting at 11 a.m. every single day. I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, I couldn't do that.
With Skin Lab, so I thought about it. Umi and I were on the phone like summer during my lunch break from work. 6 months later, I realised I had this idea and I hadn't started anything. Then I started thinking, I know enough people for them to spread the word for me to make it a success. And from when I thought that, I thought, no matter what anyone else thinks, eventually this is going to be a success. So from then on, I started working towards it. Once I started as we went into COVID. So I launched and said, I'm launching next week, and boom, lockdown. I had to sit my mum down and say,
at this point, something's got to give. Like,
yeah, we need to do something. I need to make money. I got a part-time job because my job couldn't afford to keep me on during COVID. I was working at Iceland from 5 a.m. till 9 a.m.
I remember those days.
Walking home from 9 a.m. shift. The only thing I'm thinking of is I need to make this money by tomorrow.
Yeah, no, Bryony used to do, ask something, Bryony, how do you do it? Like, the times I was speaking to her, like, yeah, I'm going to go to work like for 4 a.m. or something. Like, how do you, like?
Yeah, it was that pushed me. As I'm walking home, I'm looking at cars and thinking, I want that.
100%.
So I'm getting home, I'm typing up content, posting it, thinking I need to get a booking today.
You know, that's the crazy thing for me as well with working, because I worked in Starbucks, and it's like I'm waking up at 3 a.m. to get to work for 5. So I'm waking up, and then, you know, in the morning, if you miss your bus, it's long. You have to wait another half an hour. Like, it's long. So for me, it's like I can work hard. I know I work hard. And it's like, I'm doing this for someone else's dream. Like,
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, guys. It doesn't make sense. Like,
Same pay.
I don't have a business in it. I'm just gonna call MD a brand. But I'll be real. If I was to go into business, it's only for the money. That's why I feel like I can't go into business. But nah, I'm being real but it's just like, you know, when you working in retail showed me that I can't work for others. Like, all I'm doing right, like I have a job in the corporate world, cute. But I know that that's not. Like, this has to give, MDTV has to give, because I can't work for other people. And I feel like that's actually what drives a lot of people to be like, yeah, I'm gonna have a business. But then it's just like, okay, but can you like be disciplined? Are you gonna be determined to keep going when you're not making the money?
What you need.
Like, working in retail will make you say I'm a business owner tomorrow. Like,
100%.
because it's just like you just deep. The times I used to work 6:30 to 2:30. He did that shift. That was the shift I used to do. Early shift. I'm just thinking, why am I waking up at 4 to go to work? And I'm not even doing something I love. And with me, I don't thrive in environments. If I'm not passionate about something, my effort's going to be really down. I'm going to have problems with my manager. So that was just me. But yeah, sorry, Bryony, continue.
Yeah, with retail, especially the early morning shifts, it just taught me don't work harder, work smarter.
Yeah.
It was just trying to find a passion. I think it's finding something you have interest in and you believing in yourself initially. Once you have that drive and tell yourself, I'm going to get there regardless, I think that's what kept me going even through the hard times.
So how are you all able to like balance? So you started your businesses now. How are you able to balance your business, uni? Some people, you have part-time jobs. It could even be relationships. Like, where was the time where you thought, can I actually do this? Or this is becoming overwhelming? I know, Bryony, we speak a lot about balancing things. So like, how, you know, like explain that. All of you. So.
Just start. At one point in uni, it was either continue running your businesses or just off yourself. What? I hope no one, please, no one listens.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
Whoa. So sorry. But no, I mean, once you've gone through those years, I feel like we all have those moments where it's like, is this really worth it? Do I really want to be here? It's late night.
That's when your entrepreneurial drive comes in, because you're thinking, is it worth it? But I have a vision, you know?
Yeah. What did I say? And just I've let myself go through the hard times. There's times I want to cry myself to sleep. I say, but by morning, we have to get up. We have to pack orders and we have to go.
Yeah, we have to do this.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you? How are you able to balance stuff? Because I'm sure nearly all of us.
I'll be honest, it's a struggle. I don't want to say you don't balance it, but you prioritize.
Yeah.
If I got a deadline due Tuesday and I got a drop on Sunday, I'll work towards the drop on Sunday, and in between, I'll be doing what's due for Tuesday.
Yeah.
It wasn't a matter of like either or. You just got to balance it. You got to say, all right, the deadline's Sunday. I'm going to finish it by then. After that, I got to finish what's due for Tuesday on Tuesday. And then I was kind of just freestyling it. That's kind of how I work. I just have to work towards the pressure of what's in front of me. I can't really over.
You just have to make it happen. Like sometimes,
100.
for example, if you have an essay due and be like, oh, it's due in a week, and it's like probably okay, it's due in like a couple of days. You know, you have to do it at the end of the day anyway. So it's just about making it happen.
I think the balance is not easy though. Bear in mind, like people are family orientated. You got friends complaining, oh bro, like where are you? Like I've not seen you. What's going on? Like, but deep down, my head is in my laptop. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going next. I'm trying to see what my next plans are, my next move. You're telling me, oh bro, like you're not trying to come to the move. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? But certain things like that, it was just like, okay, how do you balance your friendship? How do you balance certain relationships you have with certain people? And it's not really easy, I guess, but it's just finding the right. I think it comes down to timing and letting everyone know where you're at and everyone being on the same page as you in terms of your mindset. A lot of people, I won't say they're immature, but they don't get where you're trying to go. And you're trying to build something bigger than who you are, not for yourself, bigger than who you are. So it's like, with that being said, whereas not everyone's got the same mindset, it's quite difficult for them to see your passion, your drive, and then having that form of understanding to say, oh yeah, so-and-so's doing this. I got to understand where they're coming from.
So speaking on that, then how was the support from friends when it came? So I feel like everyone talks about like, oh, your friends don't support, strangers support you more. There's always that ongoing Twitter conversation, which is annoying. But like, how supportive were your friends? And if they weren't, how do you deal with that? Do you allow that to get to you?
I've got the best friends ever.
Yeah, I know you're running about to say you guys, yeah.
I always say,
and I feel like it's good to share that kind of positive, so because everyone's always like, oh, your friends don't support, but some friends be supporting.
No, my friends are hard for me. I always say, if you've got me on Snap, every 2 months I'm writing a speech saying, oh my gosh, I love you guys
That form
so
of appreciation.
much.
Yeah.
I always
Me
say
does.
something. Like I laugh at myself as well because I feel like for me it's very important, even to stay motivated, I need to have like-minded people around me. So everyone's got something going on. Even if you've got a 9 to 5, you've got something going on, you know what you're working towards. If you have your own business, like I've got friends who know what they're doing. I've got my brother who's my brothers, but my older brother, I look up to him so much and he's so supportive and he's got so much going on. And it's like, I see people who are after things. So it's like, there's not really a lot of time to, you know, to be like, this summer I haven't been to one day party. One day
I
haven't been to.
I have.
But my friends don't make me feel bad for that. It's
and that's
like,
so important.
Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh, you're always working, but they're like, you need to take a break. They enforce those
The
things.
break's needed though.
Yeah,
the break's needed.
So
I've been on a break, boy. Sorry, I can't lie. I've been on a 1 year break. That's why I'm.
But I've got great people around me, so I'm really happy about that and great family. It's just, I feel like with balancing it, it's sacrifice as well. You kind of need to know, okay, right now, I need to prioritize this. I need to know, dating wise, you can be like, all right, cool, I can balance a relationship, but you need to communicate with the person. Me right now,
I can't. I'm so sorry. Like, how can you even balance relationship with your business?
Right now, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like the way I think is really weird. Right now, I want to be selfish for a little bit. Then I can be like, okay, cool, I'm outside, I want to do this. But I'm not necessarily worried about dating, or I'm not necessarily worried about boys or things like that, because I feel like things like that come and go. I'm not gonna lie to you. That boys come and go. So it's not
my god, I feel like if you're a business owner, you definitely need a guy or a woman that's also like busy as well, because how many clients you get a day, you can't speak to your man the whole day. It's probably in the night, so you need someone that's on your time or understands that like you're working, and then night you guys come back to each other, sort of thing. That's what I would say.
And support.
Anyway, so boys, how are your friends supporting you? Because I feel like with boys, I don't know how the support works with boys. I feel like girls love you, sis, like always supporting, but with boys,
with the support with the man, even like support from other people in general, at first it's like quite hard because you're not too sure. Like you're thinking, I just done this video, I've put time and effort into it. Everyone needs to support me, man. The video's hard, like come on, like. But then when you don't see that form of, or you don't get that form of reception, it's like, oh man. Yeah. But with the people I'm around now, like especially with the guys I'm around now, like there's a few times they've actually sat me down and be like, bro, you need to pattern up. Like genuinely speaking, like if this is not working for you, or if this is not, a few times last year it was like, yeah, bro, like if this is not gonna work out, or just take a break. And they've actually been real with me, and I needed that from them. Like honestly speaking, like, even though there's a most awkward conversation to have, but it's like, yeah, like, if I want the best for you, so do this, or if not, forget about it. And from that being said, it was like, from that point onwards, it was like, yeah, from then I put 100%, I changed everything I needed to do, and I just stuck it on from there.
Yeah, I feel like that's really important. I feel like it's important to have people that are always on your case. Like, Brandy will message me like, hey, where's MDTV video? Like, and it's obviously like, I appreciate Brandy so much, but sometimes I can't breathe. Like, Brandy, but I'm really sad right now. Like, I can't release anything. Like, no, Brandy will be like, hey, Mariam.
Tell Brandy something. I'm doing something.
Nah, Brandy.
Brandy's going to message you on Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
If I type in
Where is
MDTV, it's going to be on Brandy's chat. She'll like, yeah, MDTV, man, where is it?
Brandy
When you going again? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? And do you remember even when me and you went out, you're telling me about I should be going harder? I was thinking, I'm really sad. Why are you telling me to go harder? When I'm taking a break, like, can you just be easy on me?
I feel like consistency is needed.
That's even the next one we're talking about. But yeah.
I keep secrets from her now.
No, Brandy, if you talk about, she's going to be like, yeah, so where is that video you're
No, but she wants the best for you.
And I feel like that's so
Like,
important to
she
have
wants the
friends
best for
out
you,
kind of on your case as well. But just like, Brandy, please.
Especially when I feel like you can see the potential your friend has. It's like, I know you can go so far. And it's when I'm seeing other people doing similar things to what my friends do.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's meant to be you. And I see it. So let's get to work.
I'll get to work for you, baby.
I feel like the man them kind of like, if they're a real one, they're just gonna jump in and repost your stuff anyway. Like it shouldn't be too much. Oh, they've seen your new thing and they're not. They should be messaging you, bro. Send me the vid if you're not sending it to me. If you got that connection, it shouldn't be too.
But I feel like obviously with the man them we know where it is. So
100%.
I feel like with your things like gone to a level where even sometimes you don't even need a man them to post.
True.
But you know you've done. You put in.
But at the start, you need that bit
I
of
would
support.
shout all the man them and say, I need a video shoot now. Models, all of your modeling, get their sizes, put them, and they're all there happy to help with a smile on their face. And that's what I needed to at least get content out. Like you said, if you don't put the content out, you can't even drop the release. So for me, just having them there, we'll shoot for you. That was all I needed. So it takes you to the next level after that. I don't really ask for much. if I shout you, it means I
no, I get you.
Do you feel like if they post but they don't buy from you because you got clothes?
Oh, do you see this one?
No, but your thing, they have to buy.
I'm gonna give you a straight answer. My jeans were priced at 130. I looked at the business model like this. Amiri was my inspiration, and I see, okay, his jeans are 1K plus. So if I make mine 10% of what's selling and it's hot, I think that's fair for
for the man,
like-minded people. So then cool, when I've now dropped, it was a bit slow and steady at first, but I just said, I got a vision. This is literally 10%. I've done the maths with the numbers. I know with time, this will pick up. So at first, people weren't buying like crazy, but at least they were reposting the video. That's what got it out there. And then the respect came because everyone saw the video and they're like, all right, cool. Then slowly and surely, the customers were coming and then it was just building. And I'll just repost any customer imagery. And then next thing you know, 4 months down the line, you're actually picking up. No, it does start slow, honestly.
But bear in mind, you're in a very competitive field, so
for sure,
for yourself, obviously for both of you,
how
did you then within being that field, like, okay, I'm starting a clothing brand. There's so many clothing brands out there. What makes your one unique and different to everyone else?
In the year that it started, that was my USP, being denim. Because I even had a previous brand with my friends in sixth form called Alpha. We made tees. A lot of you guys even supported that as well. So I've learned that, okay, the t-shirt and tracksuit market is not done, but it's oversaturated. So that's what drifted my passion into denims. I thought no one's doing that. It's only the designer brands. So there was definitely a gap. People just were confused with the pricing, but once they saw people in it, peer pressure, the culture, people
and the style of jeans. And I feel like with your business, I can't, like, you have a lot of like celebs, influencers wearing it. So it's just like, if they're wearing that, that's when everyone starts to support, because it's like, the footballers are wearing that. And I feel like your jeans are so different in the sense that, like, that's the new style sort of thing. So your market, it makes sense. But when people see other people supporting you and seeing you like recent hats, they want to be involved. They were like, that's my boy and stuff like that. And I feel like the game's the game, innit? Like, it will happen. You just have to, you can't really take stuff like that too seriously. Because if I like interviewed Tyler Perry now, everyone's going to put me up and say MDTV, I knew she was the best. Sort of thing. Like, my sister's been doing this. It's just like, really? You know? But
I think that should push you though. If you ain't got all the support and love, it just means cool. For me, when people didn't cop, I said, cool, watch. That's what I said in my head. Just wait, like, it's timing. And I use that as like, cool, it's not crazy now, but it will be. And years down the line, we can see the growth, and that's what it's about. You're not always going to get all the love at the beginning, but use it to fuel your energy.
Talking about that, so I was going to talk about, like, consistency and discipline, because as I said, in our generation, a lot of people want to start businesses, but they don't know obviously what it takes. So how have you been able to stay consistent even the days you don't want to. So I'm sure sometimes you wake up thinking, I don't even want to do this order, or I don't even want to go to the studio to do this person. But like, what motivates you to be like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Like, it is what it is. And because at the end of the day, this is your passion. You're going to have days where you're not so happy, but the grind, you need to keep going, sort of thing. So what keeps you on your toes and stuff?
If not me, who? You're independent. If it's not me, okay, family are there, but they've got their 9 to 5. They got their life. So I always knew that, okay, I'm on my own, so let me step up to the plate.
Yeah.
Because you feel good. You get that feeling inside that when you tick something off,
That's such a good feeling.
you know what I mean? Like, it's done now. So,
Yeah, no, I get you.
you know what I mean? You got to step up, and then when you need help, people see, oh, right, you're so serious about what you got going on that, yeah, I'm happy to jump in with you. But if you're not fueling the fire and holding the fort down, no one's really going to hop on and help you. So I always knew I'm in it, so let me just push through, even on a bad day.
Literally, can't call in sick.
Nah, you can't call it sick.
Like, you
No
can't
chance.
call in sick.
There's
That's a
actually
good thing about
no days
working,
off,
though.
you know.
I mean,
There's no days
No
off,
days
there's
off.
no annual leave, there's no sick
Nah.
pay, there's
It's
no
true.
nothing. Like, you have to. And even with what you said, it's like when you treat your brand a certain way, when you start getting people to join your team, you set a standard.
You set the sun
Do you know
high.
what I mean?
100%.
What about you?
In terms of consistency, I feel like it has been hard, because there's been times when things will go wrong. I'm done. Completely, I am done. I am tired.
Clients
I've
and
had
customers.
enough.
Yeah.
Like, you lot are stressing me out, and it's like, all right, cool. Tomorrow's another day. I need to go again.
Yeah.
Because I'm always gonna have the same form of clients. So it's like, for me, it's just like reminding myself where I want to go and where I want to take myself, and it's that level of consistency that I have to put the work in, day out. There's days where there's no sleep. There's actually no sleep. Like Sheldon said, who's gonna do it for me? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, it's that drive and knowing where I want to go and the aspirations and ambitions that I have that keeps me consistent and continuously keep going every other day.
But like you said, the L's make you though, because I've had the batch from my supplier where I'm basically putting this is my life saving, this is my money, bro. I'm putting it on the line and I'm getting a box, opening the thing. It's all wrong. Sizing wrong. Paint is too much. I'm thinking, who's gonna buy this? This is a terrible batch.
Yeah.
Excuse my French. This is a terrible batch. And then I'm looking at my parents. My parents cannot save me. And like you said, I'm thinking, family can't save me. No one can save me. What can I do? I just gotta promote it. Use the sample, bro. I felt like I was not scamming people. This is just honest truth.
Yeah.
I'm using my sample, which is 10 out of 10. The bulk don't look like the sample.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, how am I gonna sell something that don't look the same, but I don't have a choice? And that's the thing that people that support me, you actually help me take it from the ground up, because I can't just refund it, send it back to my man. I gotta push it through. So those customers that got it, if you email me, I'm always like, if you want your money back, I'll do that. If you want to exchange, I'll do that, because it's all I've got.
Yeah.
There's not financial backing from who knows. It's all me. It's just, so you kind of got to use that as like, to look back on, I can say crazy, I got out of that, because at the moment in time, I was like, this is me done.
Yeah.
My money's gone. This is the bulk I got. I'm banging on the supplier on WhatsApp. It's there now.
No, that's the hardest
You know
part.
what I mean? It's
Especially when you're
scary.
starting.
It's scary, bro.
Especially when you're
The
starting.
family
So
can
many
see, you
people are
look
trying to
low.
like swindle you.
Yeah, man.
You don't know what's going on. It's like, bro, I'm trying to start this
trying to
thing,
get
man. I'm
this
trying to
up and
get.
running.
I'm trying to
But
move.
I think as long as you're honest to your customers, I always told them, any issues, just shout me and I'm gonna sort you out. And that energy
They
kind of
appreciate
they
it.
appreciate that. I ain't gonna do that bad business thing people do, because you're only gonna hinder yourself going forward.
So in relation to that, do you have any customer? Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry, girl. Go, Bradley. Go, Bradley.
With consistency, I just think about how much work and effort I've put in already. No matter how much I want to just give up and go and do a 9 to 5. It's like, you've done so much and look how much you've achieved.
When we said no, she can't go back.
I feel like I can do a 9 to 5 because only reason why I say this is I'm so big on experience. I'm so big on, I don't know it all. I can always learn something. I can always go into a field, pick something up and keep going. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of consistency for me, it's just like some days I just want to be in La La Land. Like, I just don't even want to think. Do you know what I mean? But when I say, okay, I'm taking myself away from work, I'm thinking about work. I'm dreaming work. Like, I'm dreaming, but I'm planning. Like, it's crazy. And then I go on Instagram, Brandy's posted, someone else has posted, and I'm just seeing people, like, around me that are just
Going hard.
in.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are you doing here? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you can't just sit down here. What's next?
Do you guys ever compare yourselves, and how do you deal with that?
Yes.
'Cause I'm comparison queen. Brandy, you know me. I compare myself
To
to
the big
so
dogs
many.
though.
And it's just like,
compared to the goats, not
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
minded friends.
but I compare myself to the people, because you know the people in this industry that I'm in right now. But it's just like, when I compare myself, I think these people are like 35, 32, that they were like over 10 years older than me. And I feel like they've had their time, but I'm thinking, oh, I want to be there, but I don't know what they had to do to get there as well.
Yeah.
So that's what's stopped me from comparing myself. And at the end of the day, they had to go through what I went through, and things take time. And it's something that I've started to like trust the process and stuff. Because one thing about me, I say I trust the process, but I don't really be trusting it as I'm supposed to. So how have you guys dealt with comparisons? I'm sure people have similar fields that they're in as you as well, and they probably have more followers or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, how's that for you?
I feel like I look at people, like, it's so crazy to say, and I hope this doesn't come across as cocky, but I don't feel like, I've got competition 100%, but the people you would think my competition like is, English, they're not who I feel like I'm competing with. Like, I'm looking at people who are so much bigger, who have done so much more, and I'm like, all right, cool, you're doing this. I can do this better, or I can, and that's why I don't feel like when people are doing things you're doing, don't look at it like, oh my gosh, so many people are doing the same thing. You can learn from their mistakes. It's business. Coke can do something and you can be like, oh, that's bad advertising. You're not going to make the same mistake. You're going to learn from that, improve it, and it's even better for you. So I kind of look at certain things, oh, they're doing this, I can't do this shit, but I'm going to work towards that. They're doing this, I can do this better, so I'm going to put that out there. So I feel like I look at it in that way. Naturally, sometimes you might look at certain things and you might be like, oh, but I can be doing, pace yourself. Because if you try and jump before you can walk, it will be terrible. Like,
I'm a high jump gal. I be jumping. What?
Trust the process. And I feel like mine happened in reverse as well, because I feel like I got to a point where I peaked and everything happened so fast. And I was like, wait. When things started like leveling out, I was just like, I was so confused. I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I failing? Like, it was
that's me to this day. And my family know that, because they see the orders and they're like, slow day today, but it's not a diss, because you have days where you're killing the game, and you've got days where you're not killing it. So when they say that, they're just reminding me like, we're still here for you on a slow day. It's okay to have a slow day. Don't pressure yourself that you got to be doing a madness every single day. You can only do what the market wants. If the market's going crazy on Sunday, it might not be going crazy on a Wednesday. You just got to let the 4 or 5 orders go out on a Wednesday, say, cool, I'm gonna pick up. It always does pick up, I'll be honest. You just got to go through it, and don't look at yourself bigger than you are. Just look at who you are in the mirror and say, this is where I am today, no problem, take it as that. And that's one thing that's helped me just keep going. Stop trying to compare, like, I want to be where my man is. There's so many people we can name drop, but I don't think it's like that. We don't need to do that today. We already know who's bigger, who's smaller. It's more like, it's my journey, I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to get to my destination in time.
It's a bit better than me. With me, I feel like it's natural. You're always going to compare yourself to someone, but it's more of grounding yourself. Because when it's the same thing you guys are saying, I don't really compare myself to like maybe my age mates. I'm looking at Pretty Little Thing. I'm looking at an esthetician in America who's doing celebrities' faces.
Yeah, definitely.
Where I do have the odds, oh, she's doing great. It's like, okay, take a step back. What do you want to do? How are you going to get there? And working from there rather than, oh my gosh, let me compare.
Obviously, I'm in a complete different field. So with mine, it was like, within our community, we have like a community, and we kind of work together. We all kind of work together, but it's like I was comparing myself to this person and that person, thinking, no, I'm better than my man. Like, I'm actually better than you. I know I got better properties than you. Why do you have more bookings than me? I don't understand that. And it was like when I met 1 or 2 people, one of my guys called Derek, he sat me down, he put the format to me, and he said to me, like, look, you ain't got to compare yourself to them all the time, because you know where you want to go. Like, you're in your own lane. Remember, you're running your own race. So it's like, you comparing yourself, you're always looking downstairs. Do you get what I'm saying? And for me, it was like, all right, cool, I'm trying to go up. So I need to stay in my lane and continuously stay in my lane. And from that point onwards, it's like, I'm driving into the right direction where I need to go. So yeah, the comparison does help sometimes, because I use it as a form of motivation. When I was starting, it was like, I need to be better than you. So I used it more as motivation to then push myself, market. I'm sure like all of us are our own content creators. Like, we all have to take our own content.
That's what
I'm taking this video. No, I got to take it with this HD. I got to take it with this.
You learn so
like,
much.
do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, you're doing everything as best as possible.
You got 20 roles, bro.
Do you get what I'm saying? You're doing so many things at once just to make sure that my content gets out there. I'm doing everything on time. I'm sending out my invoices on time. I'm doing everything different compared to everyone else. And then you kind of hear feedback from everyone else. Oh, that person done this to me, or that person. And cool. what can I make my thing to be better than theirs, and then stay on top and then go from there.
Consistent good service is sometimes enough, you know.
Yeah.
You've got the properties there, or you've got the services there. It's just about maintaining a higher standard.
But it has its, like I said, it has its bad days. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
it has its bad days.
Treat each client as good as you can. They'll probably come back
Yeah.
and refer you, and that's one thing I noticed.
Yeah.
Like,
Word of mouth.
yeah, word of mouth. It's those things. It's not always the marketing and the big thing. It's more like, cool, I got 19 people that I've bought. Let me send a little thank you card in each. Let me make sure they get it the next day. I feel like that's what made them say, oh, to the other people, them, yeah. And then the whole friendship group has bought. That's maybe 8, 10 more sales. When you monetize that, that's how you grow. It's
You
not
know,
always like,
I'll
oh,
definitely put on
Yeah,
Instagram and at you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye, Sunny.
Instagram ads. Every time you buy from me, just tag me. But
Yeah, and I
repost
it,
Buy
yeah.
bro.
It's giving the
needed.
same service that you would want to receive.
Literally.
Exactly that, man.
For me, with what I do, so I have a lot of girls that come to me and be like, oh, my friend sent you to me, but they said I should go first. And then they'll come, and then when their friends want to book, I'm fully booked.
Yeah.
And then months and months, everyone's trying to
Period.
compete
Yeah.
to try and
Yeah.
get an appointment. But it's like, you've come, you've had a great experience. And for me, customer service is so important.
Yeah.
Because
That's even the topic I want to.
people can come to you by accident. Someone can come to you because their regular person is busy, or they order something from somewhere else and it hasn't come yet. Let me just do this quickly and it's going to come to me. But then if you give them a good experience, that could be a
Yes,
customer for
yeah.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's it. Each order, each sale, each service is as important as a big client or small client. I've never done that thing where you lotion the bigger people.
Than
I
the small
appreciate
people, yeah,
my
yeah,
small
yeah.
clients because they're the ones that are running this thing. So you got to just treat them well. And they know, yeah, if I go to my man, it's going to be like ASOS. I'm going to get it the next day. And that's what I live by. Like you said, you'll be at a day party. But if it's a weekday, bro, say in summer, I'm looking at Shopify like, cool, is there last minute things that I need to make calls for someone to...
Yeah.
Because that's my life. That's my baby.
That's
so
your
I
day
got
to day. Yeah.
I feel good when I know I've done what I can. God will do the rest, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not doing what you need to do, then bro, don't expect results.
If you're not putting the
It's
work in,
guilt. I
you
feel
can't
so
you
guilty.
can't expect the results.
I
bad.
feel so guilty.
bad.
What?
Yeah, man, you gotta water your flowers.
So do you guys feel like the way you, because I feel like you always have, everyone has like a client or customer horror story, but how do you,
I love my clients.
yeah,
I've got the
I'm
best
happy
clients
because
as
you
well.
should love your clients, but how do you overcome that? As you were saying, you just provide them a service that you want to be provided with, or Abu, do you have something, do you beg to differ?
Nah, it's mad because I've had times when the damages are more than the depot. The damages is more than the depot. I've had to like when I say refurbish a whole entire flat.
Jesus.
And then as I was growing, like before, it was like, okay, I'm just connecting the dots. I know the landlord, I know the client. Boom, that's your apartment. But now it's like I'm property management, so like I manage everything. So it's like more times like I'm coming, the yard's a mess. Coming, things is broken. Plates are taken. One time someone took the TV. Bed's broke. I'm thinking, no, this is mad. Like sometimes I just close the door. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I want to go home. And then it's just like I have to get it done though. I have to get it done. And sometimes, like I said, like I'm taking money out of my pocket. Oh, bro, I apologize. Here you go. Sorry. Do you get what I'm saying? I apologize that this happened. It's my client. I didn't do my due diligence properly. But then along the way, I'm learning. So it's like, okay, next time I need to do X, Y, and Z to prevent that from happening. As much as I can do, as best as I can. Also, I've got to realize that all clients are not the same. So I got to give everyone a fair chance. But it's just that, yeah, it's like when things do happen, it's just like my head is just all over the place.
No, that must be like with apartments and stuff. If they damage it, I was screaming.
I wouldn't survive in that. I
And
wouldn't
I've seen
survive.
people go on TikToks and they like record, look how they left the apartment, there's smart whip, there's balloons, there's everything's just messy. It's like
Smart Whip is killing everyone.
clients
Killing
like can be
everyone.
really rude, and I feel like you just need to be prepared for that to come. I guess.
That's one of the cons though.
So what are we saying for the future for our businesses? What do you see yourself expanding, getting more businesses, or what's the future looking like?
I feel like we're moving in an online world. So one thing I wanted growing up was like a flagship store, like one place you can get it. I don't want to co-sign with all the high street because that's not kind of where I came from. I want to keep it raw. It's like you said, it's building something bigger than you to motivate cousins, family, friends, not just like, being a sellout. Forget all that. Because money at the end of the day, I've noticed, the more you gain, the more you want. So it's just a constant thing of, I want A, B, C. I got this in Miami, I want this in LA. You're never going to be satisfied.
No, it's
but
true,
like you
it's
said,
true.
build something that is like, this is inspiring. This is going to be here when I'm gone. So I'm more like, cool, maybe one day I'll have enough funds for like one store in a nice place that like relates to me, and then that's that. I don't need all of the other things that the competitors, the big dogs are doing. I feel like see what they've done and try and make it better. And my way of being better is being independent and being different, not like design wise or pricing. Forget all that. It's just like the morals and ethics. That's the only way I can be different to them, because they got more money than me, more investment. So I can't compete on that level. So I'm going to compete on a human level, and at least that can take me further.
No, it's true.
You know what
I
mean?
love that. What about you?
Deep.
That's deep.
Deep.
Give us some gems there.
Yeah, real.
Don't know how I can follow that. With me, I feel like, do you know what's weird about me? I don't believe that you can do one thing for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many things I want to do, so many fields I want to be in. But for me, it's just patience, praying,
And discipline.
and just pacing myself. Do you know what I mean? Because it's easy to get carried away. It's easy to be like, oh my gosh, I'm doing so well. Oh my gosh, I want to buy this.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially when the money comes fast, bro. When the money comes fast, you're thinking.
That's why I'm joining
like,
the business team. Don't worry, I'm gonna have my business next year.
right now.
I'm gonna have my own business.
No one does that.
You gotta look at your costs and your overheads. That's one thing that reminded me. I'm like, I can't get gassed over this because I still owe my supplier. But say you do a pre-order, cool, you got 80 sales, but my man's waiting on the fee, the bill, like you said, the invoice. You gotta clear your invoice first, pay your debt first, then maybe enjoy after.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that humble, cool thing about it.
That's
But
true.
you do everything in moderation as well.
Exactly.
So in terms of like the future of the business, I feel like there's just so much. Like you literally just need to stay tuned. Do you know what I mean? Like, because even for me, I surprise myself. We thank God, but I surprise myself sometimes. Like a lot of things I do when I'm doing is like, oh my gosh, like
No, it's true.
wow.
And it must be a good feeling.
Not doing the same thing. I've got to a point where I'm like, I want to start branching out, whether that's like mentoring, just something away. Like I'm sick and tired of just doing same thing. I've done it now. It's set up. I've made a passive income stream. Is like you said, it's done now. I need to now think bigger and away from it. Otherwise, my whole life doing one thing. So I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm weighing my options and I'm trying to do both. Do this and find time to do something else. So maybe bring help in to cover my back so I can just branch. Because life is short, one life. Can't just say I'm doing this, it's going amazing.
No,
I can do something else.
True.
You know?
Literally.
You know what I mean?
But you can.
Just growing what I've already got, and similar to what they both said, getting it to a point where it can support itself whilst I go and explore other opportunities that I've always wanted to experience.
And the world.
Yeah.
That's true. I think it was looking at other investments, so which I've made. One of them was like in the hair industry. So
Oh my God, big boss.
Ladies are gonna love that though.
Can I have some bundles, please?
it's not
Actually,
necessarily that. It was more like wig caps and stuff like that, and like hair glue, and it was a difficult thing for me when I was obviously conversating with a person. So it was like, I don't know what you're telling me right now.
Yeah, of course.
But obviously she brought the proposal to me. I said, cool, this makes sense. Do you get what I'm saying? This makes sense. I'm a businessman, so I know how to analyze numbers and find a business module and go from there. And then this is our USP, and we're gonna do it. And then it's
We're
gonna
gonna
work.
talk after. I'm ready to branch.
Yeah, me. I want
Let's
to
go.
learn a thing or two for me. But
Yeah, but it's hard. It's good.
no, it's actually been a pleasure speaking to all of you. I feel like you guys have dropped so many gems, and your businesses are so different. And I feel like you have a plan, and I can't wait to see like how your businesses are gonna keep growing and the investments you have. But it's been really good. You guys are so good. Can we clap?